Now, the only people who have a 400 recorded year history of slavery to another people in another land is the black people of America. So if you ask black people to spiritually compare themselves to the biblical story about the children of Israel, America could spiritually be called Egypt by black people. Hence, if you are living in America, you are living in a land spiritually known as Egypt, because America did the same thing that the Egypt written of in the Bible did to another people. The Egypt of the Bible enslaved the people for 400 years and were delivered, and America of today did the same thing to the black people of Africa. They enslaved black people, or they enslaved their people for 400 years who happened to be black. So America did the same thing that the biblical Egypt did. Both countries enslaved a people for 400 years. Therefore, America is spiritually known as Egypt. Now that's a revelation. So let's go to Revelations and read it again. In chapter 11 verse 8 we have the great city, which is spiritually called Egypt. Now, look at the monument. Let's go to the Washington D.C., which is the capital of America. Now, if you go to Washington D.C., what's in Washington D.C. is known as the Washington Monument. Look at this monument. Okay, now this geometric figure, or this building, or this style of what you're looking at is known as a obelisk. Okay, and obelisks are originally found in ancient Egypt. Observe the ancient obelisk in Cairo, Egypt, still standing today. Now, what have we just observed? What have I just shown you? Number one, I showed you an Egyptian pyramid on the back of the US dollar, which is the currency of America, to buy and sell. Number two, I was showing you in the capital of America, the Washington Monument, which is the same thing as an Egyptian obelisk. Okay, what am I telling you? I am telling you that the mystery Babylon of the book of Revelation, which is spiritually called Egypt, is none other than the US of A, America. For completeness, let's look at this video of President Barack Obama, or should I say Pharaoh Obama. And is it just a coincidence that this particular president terms in 2012?
Dated to 4,600 years ago, and the person who is buried here, his name is Car, and his name is written hieroglyphic as Car, and actually...
That looks like me. Look at those ears.
You mentioned President Nixon there. I was reading a piece that Norman Mailer wrote about you recently, where he described you as the second most prominent American, second most prominent after Nixon. We might dispute that. But would you like to be president?
No.
No?
No, sir. Too dangerous. Like, in other words, here's a ship. People are dancing on the ship. A lot of money's on the ship. A lot of food's on the ship. And I cannot integrate on the ship. I cannot have equality on the ship. I'm just in the galley working. And I never could get up and see the captain of the ship. Now, all of a sudden, the man tells me, say, come on down. I'll leave out of the galley. I want you to come up here and here, have something to drink. What do you want? And giving me #1 spot. From the galley to the #1 spot. I said, this ship must be sinking. Why is he so nice to me now? What moved him to call me up here? Black men have been males now. One might be the president. America's in too much trouble. I don't want that job now. Something to think about, ain't it?